perfect. All right, come on. Good evening, everybody. How you doing? All good? My name's Bert. I've got a bit of a Harry Potter does heroin vibe. Take off the glasses and it's just a does heroin vibe. I fucking hate that people laugh at that, man. I recently got CBBC Super Hands as well. That gets a couple of laughs. If you don't know who Super Hands is, he's arguably British television's most famous crackhead. So it's not good. It's not good. I am a thin man. It's not because of hard drugs. It's genetic. An ex-girlfriend of mine once said to me, she said, "But cuddling up with you, mate, is like cuddling up with a tote bag full of coat hangers." A few fans of toxic relationships in tonight. Good. And listen, I thought I got to go to the gym, right? So I popped down the gym. I don't know if anybody here goes to the gym. If you don't, let me save you a little bit of time, save you a little bit of money, all right? It's a house of deceit, okay? First thing you see when you walk in my local gym is a big motivational slogan on the wall. It says, "Nobody ever said I regretted that workout." All right? First thing you see, you walk in the gym. Nobody ever said I regretted that workout. 6 feet along, on the very same wall, is a defibrillator. Which one is it? Which one is it? Gym fucking confuses me, man. Fitness fashion confuses me. You see this brand, Gymshark? Because that's what we need. We need to label the predators, don't we? We need to label the predators. Fitness fashion, man. I tell you who does fitness fashion real bad. The cyclists, right? The cyclists, they're the epitome of shithouses when it comes to fitness fashion, isn't it? I live near a couple of hills, and on a weekend, it's like the muster point for a load of middle-aged geezers in their full lycra suits before they go on a ride. And I tell you what, for an hour, my local bakery is like a fucking post office, the amount of packages knocking about. Seriously, I go in for a croissant on the flat white, all I can see is meat and 2 veg. It's awful. It's awful. Some of the sharper listeners in the audience will, of course, by now heard my accent. I am, of course, ethnically Cockney. I use that term very specifically, very seriously, because I was born in the East End to a family who are from the East End. But when I was a little boy, we moved out to somewhere a little bit more exotic. It begins with a Z and ends with an X. If there's anyone well-travelled in tonight, might know it begins with a Z and ends with an X. Zone 6, we moved all the way out to fucking Zone 6. That's a cheap joke, isn't it? But it gets people thinking. Zone 6, man. It's tricky. I moved there when I was a little boy. I was a little working class boy in a middle class town. And it was a bit of a culture shock. All of a sudden, we had a driveway. Ooh. We had a park up the road with a forest, right? We started seeing wildlife. We started seeing the red of the fox, the black and white stripe of the badger, the screwed up pink face of the racist. Everywhere, man. I've always been that kind of grey area between working class and middle class. In bakery terms, I'm a little bit Greggs and I'm a little bit Gales. Little bakery joke for Adam there. Almost forgot to acknowledge cardiology joke as well for the cardiologists in the room. Something for everyone. Yeah, man, it's tricky. I got my working class roots from my dad. My dad drove a black cab for 30 years and he's desperately holding on to his working class heritage, you know. I went out with him the other week for lunch. I got pesto down my shirt and he just looked at me and went, "Serves you fucking right, mate." A lot of kids aren't allowed to listen to music with like explicit lyrics in when they're growing up. My dad smashed up my sound system because I was listening to a Radio 4 documentary. Yeah. Turn that shit off. I live in South East London now. Anybody in South East London? Any South East London? Come on, nice one. South East London crowd. I live near Deptford High Street. Recently voted London's coolest borough. Hold your applause though. It was by Time Out magazine. Yeah, it's a bit like getting a spud off your nan after you've had a threesome, that, isn't it? You ruined it, nan. Yeah, tricky, man, tricky. I like Deptford, I like in South East London because it's nice and rowdy, right? Keeps me on my toes, yeah? I got on the 177 the other day, and a schoolboy at the back of the bus, he goes, "Oi, bruv, you look like an ugly Jared Leto," right? Pretty bang on, right? But what do you say to a 14-year-old kid after you've kicked him in the fucking sternum? Very tricky. No, that's not really what happened. I was with a mate when it happened, and what happened is he looked at me and he went, "Oh, fucking hell, yeah." Took a picture, sent it to a WhatsApp group with some old friends. My old friends now calling me Jared Neto.